If you're a man over 60 and you've noticed your hands getting cold more often, or you feel like your energy isn't what it used to be, or maybe intimacy has become more challenging, I need you to hear this. What I'm about to share with you could change everything. Because there's one type of seafood that's been sitting in grocery stores and restaurants for decades, completely overlooked by most men your age. Yet it has the power to reverse poor circulation and naturally boost intimacy in ways that might surprise you. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara, a men's health specialist with over 3 decades of experience helping men over 60 reclaim their vitality, their strength, and their confidence. And what I've discovered through years of clinical practice is that most circulation problems, most intimacy issues, and most energy crashes in older men aren't actually caused by aging. They're caused by a simple nutritional deficiency that this one seafood can fix. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another doctor talking about some miracle food. But stay with me, because what I'm going to show you isn't theory, it's science. And it's something I've seen transform the lives of countless men who thought their best years were behind them. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, because the information I share is specifically designed for men over 60 who refuse to accept decline as inevitable. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If you're skeptical, type 0. Either way, your voice matters to me. Let me start by telling you about Frank, a 68-year-old retired mechanic who walked into my office last winter. Frank had been married for 42 years, raised 3 kids, built a successful business with his own hands. But when he sat across from my desk, his shoulders were slumped, his voice was quiet, and he looked defeated in a way that had nothing to do with his age. "Doc," he said, "I don't know what's wrong with me. My hands are cold all the time, even in summer. I get winded walking to the mailbox, and my wife, she's patient, but I can tell she misses the man I used to be. I feel like I'm disappearing, and I don't know how to get back." Frank's story broke my heart because I'd heard it so many times before. Good men, strong men, men who'd lived full lives, suddenly finding themselves trapped in bodies that no longer felt like their own. And the worst part is, most of them think it's just part of getting older. But here's what Frank didn't know, and what most men over 60 don't realize. Poor circulation isn't an inevitable part of aging. It's a symptom, a sign that your body is crying out for something specific, something that can restore blood flow, reignite energy, and bring back the intimacy you thought was gone forever. That something is salmon, not just any salmon, but wild-caught salmon, consumed in the right way at the right frequency, with the right understanding of how it works in your body. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, "Doc, I've eaten salmon before. It's just fish." But what most people don't understand is that salmon contains a unique combination of nutrients that work together like a perfectly orchestrated symphony to reverse the very processes that cause circulation problems in older men. Let me explain exactly what happens in your body when circulation starts to decline and why salmon is the key to reversing it. As you age, your blood vessels begin to lose their flexibility. The smooth muscles that line your arteries become stiffer, less responsive. At the same time, inflammation starts to build up in your circulatory system, creating a kind of internal rust that makes it harder for blood to flow freely. Your heart has to work harder to pump blood through narrowed, inflamed vessels, and the areas of your body that need blood flow the most, your brain, your extremities, and yes, your intimate organs, start to suffer. This is why you feel cold. This is why you feel tired. This is why intimacy becomes more difficult. Your body isn't broken. It's starved of the nutrients it needs to maintain healthy circulation. Wild-caught salmon contains 3 specific compounds that directly address these problems. First, omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, which are like oil for your circulatory system. They reduce inflammation, improve blood vessel flexibility, and help your heart pump more efficiently. Second, astaxanthin, a powerful antioxidant that gives salmon its pink color and protects your blood vessels from damage. And third, high-quality protein that your body uses to repair, begin to wake up again. Let me tell you what happened to Frank. After our consultation, I put him on what I call the salmon protocol. 3 servings of wild-caught salmon per week, prepared in a specific way that maximizes nutrient absorption. I also gave him some simple guidelines about timing and preparation that most people never hear about. Within 2 weeks, Frank called me. "Doc," he said, "I don't know what you did, but my hands aren't cold anymore. I walked 2 miles yesterday without getting winded, and my wife, she's smiling again." By the end of the first month, Frank told me he felt like he'd gotten his body back. His energy was steady throughout the day. His mind was clearer. And yes, his intimacy with his wife had returned in a way that surprised both of them. But Frank's transformation wasn't unique. I've seen this pattern hundreds of times with men who embrace the salmon protocol, and the science backs it up completely. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that men over 60 who consumed omega-3 rich fish 3 times per week showed significant improvements in arterial flexibility within just 4 weeks. Another study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated that the astaxanthin in salmon can improve blood flow by up to 40% in older adults. But here's what really gets me excited. Research from the University of California showed that men who regularly consumed wild salmon had testosterone levels that were 15% higher than men who didn't. And we're not talking about young men here. These were men in their 60s and 70s, men who thought their hormonal health was a thing of the past. The connection between circulation and intimacy becomes crystal clear when you understand how blood flow affects every aspect of masculine function. Healthy circulation doesn't just deliver oxygen and nutrients to your muscles and organs. It also supports the delicate vascular processes that make intimacy possible. When blood vessels are inflamed and constricted, the intricate network of circulation that enables arousal and performance simply can't function properly. But when you restore healthy blood flow through the right nutrition, everything changes. Not just your physical capabilities, but your confidence, your energy, your sense of being fully alive in your own body. Now, I need to be clear about something. Not all salmon is created equal. The farmed salmon you find in most grocery stores, while better than no salmon at all, doesn't have the same nutritional profile as wild-caught salmon. Farmed salmon is often lower in omega-3s, higher in inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids, and may contain contaminants that can actually work against your circulation goals. Wild-caught salmon, particularly Alaskan salmon, is what you want. It's higher in the beneficial fats, richer in astaxanthin, and free from the antibiotics and artificial colorings found in many farmed varieties. But even with the right type of salmon, there's a right way and a wrong way to prepare it. Most men over 60 make critical mistakes that rob salmon of its circulation-boosting power. They overcook it, destroying the delicate omega-3 fatty acids. They pair it with foods that interfere with nutrient absorption. They eat it at times when their body can't fully utilize the nutrients. The salmon protocol I use with my patients addresses all of these issues. It's not just about eating salmon. It's about eating the right salmon, prepared the right way at the right times, with the right supporting nutrients. Here's what the protocol looks like. 3 servings of wild-caught salmon per week, each serving about the size of your palm. The salmon should be cooked gently, either baked at low temperature, grilled lightly, or even enjoyed as high-quality sashimi. It helps your body absorb and utilize the omega-3s more effectively. But perhaps most importantly, you need to be consistent. The circulation benefits of salmon aren't something you'll feel after one meal. They build over time as your body accumulates these beneficial nutrients and begins to repair years of vascular damage. I had another patient, Robert, who was 73 and had been struggling with circulation problems for years. His doctor had put him on medication for blood pressure, but he still felt cold, tired, and disconnected from his body. Robert was skeptical when I told him about the salmon protocol. He said, "Doc, I've tried everything. How is fish going to help me?" But Robert was desperate enough to give it a try. He started eating wild salmon 3 times a week, following the preparation guidelines I gave him. For the first 2 weeks, he didn't notice much. But in the 3rd week, something shifted. His energy started to return. His hands and feet weren't constantly cold. And by the end of the 1st month, he told me he felt more like himself than he had in years. The most remarkable part of Robert's story happened 3 months into the protocol. He came to my office with tears in his eyes. "Doc," he said, "I haven't felt this good in decades. My blood pressure is down. My energy is steady all day. I haven't felt this good in decades. My blood pressure is down. My energy is steady all day. And my wife and I were close again in ways I thought were impossible at our age." This is the power of giving your body what it truly needs. Not just calories, not just protein, but the specific nutrients that support the complex systems that keep you feeling vital and alive. Now, I want to address something that might be on your mind. You might be thinking, "Doc, this sounds too simple. If salmon is so powerful, why isn't everyone talking about it? Why aren't more doctors recommending it?" The truth is, our medical system is designed to treat symptoms, not to address root causes through nutrition. It's easier to prescribe a pill than to have a conversation about lifestyle changes. And many doctors simply don't have the time or training to explore how specific foods can be used therapeutically. But the research is clear, the science is solid, and the results I've seen in my practice speak for themselves. Salmon isn't just food. When used correctly, it's medicine. Natural, powerful medicine that can restore circulation, boost energy, and reignite intimacy in ways that surprise even me. The salmon protocol isn't just about physical health. It's about reclaiming your identity as a man. It's about feeling strong, confident, and fully present in your own body. It's about being able to engage with life, with your partner, with your passions, from a place of vitality rather than decline. I've seen men in their 70s and 80s experience transformations that their families described as miraculous. Energy returning, confidence rebuilding, relationships deepening. All because they gave their body the specific nutrients it needed to function at its best. Frank, the mechanic I told you about earlier, recently celebrated his 70th birthday. He called me the day after his party to tell me he'd danced with his wife for the first time in years. He said, "Doc, I don't feel like I'm just getting by anymore. I feel like I'm living again." That's what the salmon protocol can do for you. Not just help you survive your later years, but help you thrive in them. Help you feel like the man you've always been, just with more wisdom and more appreciation for the gift of vitality. But here's something crucial you need to understand. The salmon protocol works best when it's part of a broader approach to men's health after 60. While salmon is incredibly powerful on its own, there are other nutrients, other lifestyle factors, that can amplify its effects and help you achieve even better results. If you've watched this entire video, you now have the knowledge to restore your circulation, boost your energy, and reclaim the intimacy you thought was lost forever. But knowledge without action is just information sitting on a shelf. The choice is yours. You can let this moment pass and continue wondering why your body doesn't feel like it used to. Or you can take the first step toward feeling strong and confident again. Remember, it's never too late to invest in your health, and you deserve to feel vibrant and alive at any age. Take action today and give your body the support it's been quietly asking for.